Does the fact that we're focusing on Gen Restaurant Group, which is relatively small, just tell you how desperate we still are for some big-time listings?
Yes, and remember, this is a very small deal, essentially $33 million. Anything below 100 million barely gets people's attention. But we had an IPO drought that's gone on for 18 months with a few exceptions. Cava Group came with a bang last week, and $42 is a pretty amazing number when you consider it priced at 22. So what happened there? It's hard to believe that the book runners fundamentally mispriced the deal. There was just an enormous amount of demand for IPOs and new stock in general, in addition to Cava being a brand name. So I think that's indicative of demand out there for IPOs.
And indicative of demand, Dan, but indicative of supply would be to kind of see some of the big banner names listing. All of these this week are relatively small.
Yeah, actually, I mean, some of them are big, if not bigger than Cava in terms of size. They're just not terribly well known. They're not consumer brands. Again, big insurer. There is kind of this thrift store operator, Kodiak, which is a gas and oil company. What's important to me about each of them, Bob talked about that $100 million threshold. These are all offerings that are designed to raise significantly more than $100 million for companies that would all be valued at more than $1 billion. Two of those three at more than $2 billion. This is an interesting week because if all three of those, or even two of three of those, do well, price within range, then we should. Then I think that you got a lot more well-known names that are going to come to market.
Yeah, and obviously we're all curious about the Stripes and the Instacarts and any B2B SaaS players or that would kind of have your attention. Anything coming this way? I mean, over the summer, how much longer is the window really?
I mean, the window to me, it's really kind of Labor Day is really the mark, right? You might see some things come over the summer, at least file over the summer, but really very few companies are probably going to want to try to price into the end of July, into early August when people are on vacation. They're probably going to aim for that post-Labor Day market. You may mention them. Instacart is certainly a really big one. People talk about Databricks. People talk about Turo, the kind of B2B, kind of the Airbnb for cars. And then there's obviously Reddit, which everyone was expecting this year, but it's having kind of some internal issues that have nothing to do with IPO.
Maybe, Bob, the fact that we've got a Lordstown bankruptcy isn't doing a lot to help sentiment and enthusiasm for new listings right now.
Well, I would slightly take issue with Dan's point about nothing happens in July and August. This is an extraordinarily unusual situation. We have had a backlog for a year and a half. He mentioned, Reddit, Instacart, Panera Bread, Stripe, Impossible Foods, potentially, Fanatics, StubHub, maybe Klarna, ARM is out there. And you may see, I think, look, what does it take to get an IPO going? You need a strong market, which we've had, S&P at a new high recently. You need stable interest rates. That's a little bit iffy. We want to keep that more stable, and I think that may or may not happen in the next couple of weeks. And then you have to have decent pricing, and certainly Cava provided at least some encouragement along that front. My question here is, if not now, when? And now the cynical thing is to say, well, these are specialty companies that are going this week, and it's true, but they're $300 to $400 billion deals. That's not trivial. That's how an IPO market opens, with not smaller, but niche players coming out, and then you can be cynical and say, all right, well, where's the big unicorns? Where's the Stripes and where's the Reddits? They can afford to stay quiet and private a little longer, but I think the question is there. If not now, when? You really want to wait till September, October, if the conditions really are right, those three conditions I mentioned? So and I think there might be a chance you'd get surprised in July and August. Who knows?
And I shouldn't downplay Gen Restaurant Group, Dan, because I'm a huge fan of Korean barbecue. So, that may be, one of the niche opportunities in this market, and there seem to be a bunch of them in the restaurant space right now.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, as Bob said at the beginning, normally we wouldn't even notice Gen, right? Something that's we're trying to raise $30-some-odd million. That's not the sort of thing that would probably ever make CNBC or I'd write about at Axios. There's been a bunch of those kind of called these small cap companies that have been coming out recently, and there's been kind of a steady flow. So the real question right now is, will the big ones pop? And if Gen does well, is that kind of give people just a little bit more confidence coming off of Cava?
Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, thanks.